What's up, everybody? It's Bay Ragney here, and usually I'm doing a different style show. Usually, you're seeing me do interviews where I'm talking to people like you never know. Could end up being Nikki Six at some point. Could be Mick Mars. It's been Stevie Rochelle of Tough and Metal Sludge, and many others over the last 9, 10 years. I'm going to start doing some different episodes here on the channel. When we have big news stories like the last 24 hours, what we've had unfolding in the world of Motley Crue, I got to come on here and talk about it. I got to discuss it. And I think the fans of Motley Crue, the diehard fans that feel, over the last 40 years, Motley Crue can do no wrong, no matter what they've done, no matter, sadly, they've killed people, they've hurt people, they've screwed each other over, they've fired members, members have come back. We all know, truthfully, they really don't get along too well. Um, and the one person through 41 years of Motley Crue, 42 years of Motley Crue, who's been pretty quiet has been Mick Mars. And yesterday, there was yesterday morning, 24 hours, just over 24 hours ago, there was the press release and announcement came out that Mick Mars filed a lawsuit against Motley Crue. So I'm gonna show it here. It's over here on Blabbermouth, as you can see, and it's basically stating that he feels that he's being ripped off. They are giving him only 5%, I guess, of future money that Motley Crue makes, which is kind of ridiculous, being the fact that he's been with the band for 42 years from day one. Him and Nikki are the only two. They've been there from day one. They never have been fired or thrown out, quit, etc. So his percentages were initially 25% naturally because it was the four of them. But now that he has left the band, they cut him down to 5%, which obviously he's very upset and pissed off about. Now, the thing is, um, naturally, when this whole thing happened with Mick leaving, you're not touring no more, so you're not going to get paid that full percentage. But it should be a little more than 5%, I would think, especially the fact the guy's been there for 42 years. Then Mick states, I don't know why this is part of the lawsuit, but or if it was in the lawsuit, but Motley did not play on the summer tour. It was backing tracks. He was the only one playing live. He said most of Vince's vocals were tracked. All of Nicky's bass was tracked. He didn't play a single note the whole summer tour. And some of Tommy's drums were tracked, which we kind of knew about the drums because videos did surface throughout the summer about Tommy's drums. There was also rumors about Nicky and his bass playing. And we all know, look, Nicky is not Billy Sheehan. He was never heralded as this amazing bass player in 42 years. He is an amazing songwriter and has wrote some classic songs in 42 years. But the lawsuit was filed, and you would think, all right, maybe after 42 years, they're supposed to be good friends, brothers, um, that Motley would, just be quiet, be nice, be kind. And the funny thing is, this all started rumbling a couple weeks ago when Carmine Appice talked about it in an interview about them guys not playing, and Nikki blasted Carmine. Which, for the record, you never hear of Carmine not playing live or using tracks. So, Motley Crue, then in turn, let me find where is the article? Because then Motley Crue starts blasting Mick Mars. You would think, hey, they'd be fine. They'd be, like not fine, but they'd be upset naturally about being sued. But hey, they're gonna go and badmouth the guy. Well, then they start badmouthing the guy, and they start saying that his live performances were no good. He was playing wrong songs, wrong chords, and this whole big. They're trying to paint the picture that kind of like Mick, because he's a little older and in his 70s, Mick actually might be have like God forbid dementia or something because he can't play the songs and can't remember the songs. So, and then later in the day, 7 crew members of Motley Crue signed declarations against Mick Mars and his playing. Like, how ugly is this going to get? This is brutal. Okay, so the mud starts slinging. So then you have that, okay? And then I'm sorry, and I've been one of the biggest Nikki Six fans over 42 years. I think Nikki is like one of those ultimate rock stars. I think he's probably one of the coolest looking rock stars. But then he has the balls. And Nikki, I'm going to call you out. I'm going to call you out. I think you're a dick. I'm sorry, but I do. I think you're a fucking dick for what none of this fucking shit should have been going back and forth in the press yesterday. It's just not fucking cool. You guys, you say you love Mick, then you tweet out last night a sad day for us, and we don't deserve this considering how many years we've been propping him up. How the fuck could you say that? I mean, that's ridiculous and insulting. You guys been propping him up. Okay. We still wish him the best and hope he finds lawyers and managers who aren't damaging to him. We love it. Really? You love him? I don't think so. Because if you loved him, um, you would call him up. And was he fired? Did he really want to leave the touring thing? Which I think he did, but there was never truly an official statement from Mick, I don't think. I don't ever remember seeing or hearing Mick himself say. It came from Motley Crue, a Motley Crue press release, but nothing quoting Mick or nothing from Mick's hands or Mick's voice stating this. Like you haven't heard from Mick until now. So, I was going to do this video last night, and I'm glad I didn't because stuff just kept coming out. And then, as I was getting ready to do it, I saw something else came out. Like now, Mick's firing back again. So Mick, I haven't even read this article yet. I just saw the headline. I thought it's great. Mick Mars on his Motley Crue. I gotta pull this up so everybody can see. Let me see if you can see it. Let me share. I don't know if it's going to be the right. It's not going to be the right screen. Hold on. Let me get the right one up here because this is just fucking great. I can't believe what is going on. Here we go. Oh, this is just great. Mick Mars on his Motley Crue bandmates. I carried these bastards for years. All right, Mick, tell us how you really feel, right? Mick Mars has given his first interview about the decision to file the lawsuit against the band that he was part of for more than 4 decades. Claiming he carried these bastards for years and insisting he's not going to let anybody take away from his part of the company that made Motley Crue what it is. Oh, okay, Mars attorney. So this is where again I say this in a lot of my interviews too. The fans don't realize it is a business. It's the music business. There was 7 different corporate entities that Motley Crue had. That's probably all with like merchandising and whatever like brands they have, and between the albums and the merch, I think they have like an alcohol brand probably. They've had many other brands over the years like soda and clothing and shit like that. Um, he says. See, he wants Motley to hand over the records related to their business dealings after he was notified that the band would after he notified the band he would be retired. Okay, so he did notify the band he was going to retire. Very good. Mars claims the other members of the band formed the campaign to kick him out of the group and remove him from his ownership of the band's company. See, that's not cool because technically he should still have his ownership of that company, and John Five should not be, you know, as much as he would member, should not be part owner of that entity. He should be a hired gun. Um, Poor John Five too. Poor John. John is a amazing person, truly a beautiful person, one of the nicest people in rock and roll, and I bet you he feels horrible about all this. Let's see. In the lawsuit, Mick said Motley Crue cut off his percentage of profits after he announced he was stepping away from touring. Uh, the lawyers made him feel he should be grateful that he's getting 5%, basically, and they don't owe him anything at all. There was a band meeting. Also claimed there was a band meeting, and they decided to what's that word? Unilaterally remove him from Motley Crue. Mick is also repeatedly accusing Nikki Sixx of gaslighting him about his guitar skills diminishing, despite the fact that Sixx didn't play a single note on bass during the recent tour, according to the guitarist. Oh boy. So Mick Mars talks to Variety. All right. Those guys have been hammering me on me since '87, trying to replace me. They haven't been able to do that because I'm the guitar player. I helped form this band. It's my name. I came up with the Motley Crue moniker. Yes, he did. His ideas, money that I had from the backer to start this band, it wouldn't have gone anywhere. That's so very true. And to be hearing stuff from people like Bob Daisy from Ozzy's band when we were touring with them and Carmine Appice. Um, Wow. John Corabi has talked too that they used to really treat Mick pretty shitty. Um, he's come out and said that too. This is not a good situation. Oh God, they've been pushing for many years. Um, so no, the truth is, I want to retire from touring because of his health condition. I don't have a problem remembering the songs. I don't have a problem with any of this stuff, but I do have a problem with them constantly the whole time telling me that I lost my memory. No, wrong. That's wrong. You're absolutely wrong. But my stupid body is telling me, no, don't do that, as in stay on the road. I'm going to be 72 years old and I've been touring with these guys for 41 years, helping build the brand, helping them do this and that. And you serve me with papers and going, this is crazy. This is stupid. I mean, come on. See, so this is the interesting thing, which you haven't heard, Nikki has become truly the outspoken member of Motley Crue, and he, for the most part, always has. But we have not heard um, Tommy discuss this or talk about this, and I'd really like to hear Tommy because Tommy is the one who's always, as wacky and crazy as Tommy is. Tommy always truly showed a lot of love for Mick, especially when he came back to the band and he talked about he was kind of surprised of Mick's health condition, and he was like, I remember the interview was like, whoa, like when he walked into the room and saw Mick for the first time. So this is going to be interesting. It's only been 24 hours. There's been so much mud and hatred and ugliness slung in the past 24 hours. Um, I don't know where it's going. It's going to get uglier without a doubt, unless somebody can reel these guys in. It seems like there's been a lot of bad blood over the years, and there's been a lot. It's been I've heard many for many years. The last 20 something years that these four guys have been back together. They don't like to be together. They don't like to be like on buses together, travel together. They get on stage together, and that's pretty much it. It's not the band of brothers it was in the '80s. After they fired Vince, things changed. But they knew they had to bring Vince back to be Motley Crue in the late '90s. So it's a whole interesting thing. Vince is being quiet too, and actually, I'm here in the Nashville area. I live here in Nashville, and I know both Vince and Mick live very close to each other, right outside of Nashville. So it'd be interesting because people have told me in that area they would always see those guys, especially Vince, driving around in his sports cars and all. And I know they live very close together, so they could be running in each other into the supermarket or something. So who knows? But I don't know. All I got to say is, yo, Nikki, stop being a douchebag. Really, come on. It's your fucking brother. It's fucking Mick. Frankie, yo, you fucking Italian paisan. Stop being a fucking dick to Mick. I gotta say it. And Tommy, Vince, and even Nikki. Look, come on. Band together. Cut the bullshit. Cut the legal stuff. You guys are gonna go out and make a fucking boatload of money doing these tours with John now. Go do your thing. Leave Mick alone. Why you gotta sling mud at the fucking guy? He's been by your side for 41 years. Now you're getting what you guys wanted. You wanted him out of the band. He's out of the band, but he was there for 42 years, 41 years. He needs to get fucking paid. Sorry, but that's how it works. And if role was reversed, motherfucker, you'd want to get paid. So, pay the guy what he deserves. Stop slinging mud. Just show love. And, come on, man. Let's all shout at the devil together.